This is Timelines. I wrote this right after my dad died. It was shortly after I had a select few of close friends of mine die. Kovacs, Duffy were the two more, the ones that really hit home, and most of you that are hearing this probably know who that is. I got a six-pack of beer and sat down with my iPod and started writing, and as quick as I could think I wrote, and this is what came out of it. It's called Timelines, and it's about looking at all the things that you've gone through in your past and this and that, and having all the shit tied up in your mind and realizing that it's just something that you can just pull out and just untangle and realize that that's life, that's death, and that's the way it is, man. And if you can untangle this shit, look at the timeline and all the stuff that you guys have gone through in between, from point A to point gone, that's what this is about. Alright. Timelines. Ending another decade. Further from my birth but closer to my completion. Realizing that my time is depleting, and the fact that life completing equals deletion. Instinctive thoughts repeating, my mind's eye blinking, the same nightmare that plagued my daydreams, intercepting my brain's perception. Yeah, another mental tree self-seeding. I try to find the time to untie the knots and binds that have me wrapped and tied into a past tense mind, and I rewind. I'm scared to fast forward, bound and tied down by my tug of war thoughts that push and pull me toward unknown directions. My recollection of a past, coming and going so fast, remembering my first love, first fight, and first feeling of sexual affection. Yeah, what a blast, a mental collapse, a mental relapse. Hello future, goodbye past. I do whatever it takes to open my future's door, shutting out a past that I can't live without or seem to ignore. Nowhere near rock bottom, but carpet munching, kissing the floor, missing before. I try to shape this mental rope from something a bit more comfortable, yet my time deems its own self-worth unaffordable. Grown from child, so adorable, to damaged man, easily ignorable. Unsure of all things, except for the wrong things, until I untie this mental string and hold it out in front of me. At this time, it becomes easily plain for me to see that the string is merely a timeline tied inside and needing to be cut free. I take a closer look at the string. I begin to notice and uncover things, deform barriers, restore an undiscovered force, mind games, new frames of thought spring, opening my mind's eye, letting the blind lead the blind. I realize that if I follow the string, the wrong end will probably be my time to die. So why, oh why, don't I just rise with the tide, digest my pride, and look to the sky and find reasons for a trillionth try? Nope. I look back in the opposite direction, trying to run the right end, eluding face deception. I take my ends, and I do my best to reconnect them, knowing that there is no IOU in debt come debt collecting, so don't upset them. Because you may not get a second chance. Your time passes with a blink of a glance, a speedy backward advance. In the past few months, I've already lost 5 more friends and my dad when death came debt collecting and repossessing life they had. Nothing in the world can change things when fate fatally breaks bad. Timelines cut short. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sad. But unfortunately, you said the truth. So I drink away my upsetting thoughts, spilling my guts, mistaking a bar stool for a confession booth. This mental noose won't be back anybody's youth, although it may help dilute. With every self-defining drink, my timeline shrinks. With every thought that I think, it's me one thought less as I become another stumble closer to the brink. Bartender, serve me another shot of self-defy, and I reset my mind's eye and return to being a simple guy. But don't you ever, 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 ever ask me why. Why not? Because I'll probably just pause and return the question back your way. So now, it's on you. But be careful with what you say. Keep in mind the fact that the answer to this question is something that will change from day to day. Wave bye to yesterday, say hi to tomorrow, but confide in today. A million thoughts and drinks won't bring back my friends or my father. So my memories help me to set ease. I'll search a little bit harder, and I find reasons to look ahead and still bother. These thoughts help me to see things you all choose to ignore. The door to my future, I'm not even sure if I want it open anymore. This one, that one, him, her, you, me, who's next? Who knows? I shut out my future's door, lost mental screws and keys, but I can't ignore the windows. I guess it really goes to show none of us in total control. Fate self-relates and is controlled by whoever holds your spiritual soul. So it comes down to this. I guess I'll just take it as it comes and goes. I just keep the future tellers locked out and try to read their body language through the windows. Is that a death dance they're doing out there? Maybe a little sign language, truth or dare? Another one of life's fun games, maybe like a gambling version of solitaire? Well, whatever it is, we all need to learn to play along. There is a limit to what we control, right or wrong. The key trick is locking out the future telling death dancers, playing games and charades, manipulating brains and forcing false answers. Count every mark in your timeline. Find truth in the past outlooks that appears to force you to leave behind. Grab both ends of your timeline, grip them like the reins, and don't let life side effects buck you off. Saddle up, buy your own time. The hypocritical middlemen will never ever cut the costs. All the middlers do is contribute their own 2 cents. Once again, buy your own time, even if it means the future teller's rules get bent. This is your life you're dealing with right here. That's right, you're the dealer. Take control of what you can, but remember the fact that fate is the deal sealer. These others, they only want to interfere, criticizing and asking questions that none of us want to hear. At least I know I didn't want to hear. Last time I asked myself the same questions in the mirror, wiping off the mental steamy haze on the glass in order to visually hear myself a bit clearer. My eyes seen, but my mind avoided. Another catch-22. I found myself finding myself, denying all self-defining myself. But tell me, what the fuck would you do? Let's talk about it. Don't listen, but think it up. You can't run away or walk around it. It won't help to drink it up. Fishing for future inlooks. My mind's eye took a grim look at my past. Yeah, it took a fucking hook. My future got robbed yesterday, you fucking crook. Backward outlooks. Yesterday's page, tomorrow's book. My mind's eye saw a blind guy in the mirror. But what did the mirror see? Blind eyes seem the hardest thing to see. Myself, blind to the real me. It's kind of hard to swallow. But wait a minute. That realization should probably be passed around. Wipe out the mental residential residue. Evict, hit your minds lost and found. Know the truth. Dirty up the brainwash. Contaminate and toss the polluting thoughts that overseers have forcefully brought. You have your timeline, I have mine. Walk your own line, but never, ever, ever let yourself self-confine. This is not your first time. You do have common sense. Some people seem to mistake you're off the straight line life for death sentence. Well, guess what, y'all? We're all living one. We all live life till life outlives us, and what? The fun is done. We come and go with the tides, but we should do our best to leave a mark. When you walk into the light, don't leave your family and friends off in the dark. You have many chances, but only one shot. Live, make advances, absorb the shock. It is what it is, it was what it was, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. A fucking joke? No. Not unless you wanna backpedal, rewind, become the punchline. Go on, fill your nose with shit and pray to your chemical pope. Nope. Fuck that. Leave behind some good convo on the life that you lived before you RIP'd and pass, so they can talk with proud honor with 6 feet overhead with their knees dug in the grass. I'm gonna leave them trying to untie mental ropes? Nah. Give them reasons to be proud, look ahead and cope. I've made many mistakes along my timeline. At least I know when I reach the end, I'll be happy with what came from mine. And I hope you can too. I hope you can too. Timelines.